Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the Spanish Coalition for Housing Virtual Job Fair event. I would like to introduce you to Jennifer. Jennifer will tell you about her organization, job openings, and how to apply for those openings. Jennifer, are you available to present?
Yes, I am. Can everyone hear me? I hope so. Happy Monday. Perfect. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us this morning and your interest in our HUD-approved housing counseling agency, Spanish Coalition for Housing. We currently have a few opportunities across offices and departments that I would like to share with you all. And we can move on to the next slide to just get started with our agency agenda here. Our overview for Spanish Coalition for Housing, what we'll be talking about today will be our mission, and SCH brief summary, our growing SCH team, our locations across the Chicagoland, programs and services that we offer, and SCH community services, our numbers at a glance, some celebrations as well that we're celebrating this year, open positions, and some of our benefits that we offer here is at Spanish Coalition for Housing for our employees. We can move on to the next slide, please. So our mission, Spanish Coalition for Housing, for short, SCH. We started as a broad coalition of groups across Chicago's north and south sides that came together to address issues that were facing the Latino community, particularly with job and housing discrimination across the city. So ultimately in 1973, we became one of the very first organizations to be certified as a housing counseling agency by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And our mission, as you see here, is to provide comprehensive counseling, education, and housing resources necessary for Latinos and other low to moderate income families in the Chicagoland area, develop competence and responsibility in meeting their financial and housing needs. And we also advocate for and proactively promote additional resources for them as they come across. And we can move to the next slide as well. A little bit of a summary of what I just spoke about. We're a local and national leader in the housing counseling sector. We continue to innovate and provide services across Chicago, delivering quality programs and compassionate service to all our residents in need. As I mentioned, 3 locations, north and south sides of Chicago, and servicing about 10,000 clients with a current budget of about $2.5 million. And we can move on to the next slide, please. Here's a list of our team consisting of 9 motivated and very passionate board members, followed by our executive director, Joseph Lopez. And as you see here, the rest of our administrative and program team across offices. And we can move on to the next slide. Today, we continue to service the Chicagoland area across, it's technically 2 offices, one on the north side of Pulaski and Armitage, and another one on the south side of Chicago on Commercial and 95th. We did have an office last year that we closed down for various reasons, not related to the pandemic, but we will be reopening and purchasing a building of our own this upcoming year. So we still service the Southwest region by our clients calling that number listed there on the slide. And we're one of the largest nonprofit, like I said, housing counseling organizations serving about 10,000 clients per year. We can move to the next slide. Heart, Hope, Home, again, part of our mission. We also have a program list, which we can move to the next slide to see, servicing pre-purchase housing counseling, which includes first-time home buyer down payment assistance and closing cost assistance, providing post-purchase counseling, escrow counseling, financial education, foreclosure prevention, and rental programs to assist current tenants with rental assistance programs. We also partner with the Chicago Housing Authority with the Community Alliance program, promoting their services as well as ours through a group of assigned community outreach coordinators assigned to certain neighborhoods across the city. And lastly, we also work with CETA to provide gas and light assistance to qualified households. Here and on our website, you'll be able to see some of our community impact. This one is a little outdated from 2020, but we have also our 2021 coming up on our renovated website that we're very proud of this year that just came out about a couple of weeks ago. So you can go on there and check that out as well. This year, we'll be celebrating our 50th a year as an agency. So we will be hosting a gala as well in mid-October. Just recognizing our partners, our clients, and all the hard work of our staff. As mentioned, these are some of the jobs available. Currently at the agency, we have a part-time program support for our Southeast office. This one, we'll be going over this one. This is a part-time opportunity, like I said, at our Southeast office. With a very flexible work schedule. It's a 25 hours a week. Our offices are open from 9 to 5, but what we're doing is currently having a remote policy, meaning that staff can come into the office about 2 to 3 times a week and then work remote as well 2 to 3 times. So we alternate mainly on Fridays. So it is very flexible. And the individual can work either 9 to 1 or 11 to 5, just depending on, we understand that people might have other jobs as well, or have other scheduling needs. So we're very flexible with that program and that position. They will be providing pretty much assistance with the CEDA program, which is the light and gas assistance. So they'll be processing applications for the public on that and just seeing who qualifies, who doesn't, and actually processing the application through CEDA. On the side, they will also be having the opportunity to learn and grow in the agency by assisting our housing counselors with the day-to-day tasks, such as collecting documents, calling clients, and just familiarizing themselves with each of the programs that we offer. In case that there are housing counseling opportunities available in the future, they will be able to apply and kind of grow within that role. So this is kind of like the beginning position prior to becoming a housing counselor. The next position is our grants and development associate intern position. This individual will be working within the development department, and they will be assisting our grant writer and also our executive director. And this position is also very flexible as far as time is concerned, but they will be helping us pretty much look at our current donors and kind of categorizing each of those donors so that we are able to target them better the following year. So it's kind of like it's a project in itself, and this position is available for a quarter. If it is successful and we see the need, there might be an opportunity to extend it for another quarter as well. And you can see some of the salaries are listed on our website. I can go over them at the end as well, or if anyone has more specific questions to that, I can answer them. The next one is our part-time community health workers. So we do have 2 opportunities for that, and that is at our North Office location only. SEH has entered into a partnership, participating community-based organization with Westside Health Equity Collaborative to expand its services and hire community health workers. This is something completely new for our agency, so we're very excited to be offering it and learning from it as well. This is an initiative on Chicago's West Side that uses a comprehensive service network of community-based partners and medical providers to screen community members with chronic illness and social determinants of health that also include housing, and provide a suite of comprehensive services to resolve and identify any issues. So the health worker will serve as a bridge essentially between the patient, the medical system, and community-based organizations by building trusting relationships with community members served by the program. They will also help identify any barriers to accessing quality care and work with individuals to overcome these barriers and provide relevant referrals, follow up with clients accordingly. They'll become familiar with the suite of services that SEH, our agency, has to offer, and work to connect with the patient and those services to see what best fits. So this is, again, something new for us. And of course, there will be training provided for this, an extensive, I believe, 5-week training is what I've been informed at this time. And again, we just released this a couple of days ago, so very exciting for us. There's no prior experience needed because there will be training, and it does not require any type of a work experience background. If there is, that is a plus, of course. And you can have a high school diploma to apply, and we'll be doing interviews for those as well if someone is interested. And we can move on to the next slide. So I did speak about these. If you look at the slide, program support, grants and development, associate intern, and our worker, our West Side Health Equity Collaborative that I spoke about. And at this time, Daniel, I don't know if you have any questions for me that I can answer for everyone.
Okay, sorry about that, Jennifer. I want to get back to our original slide here. So yes, as Jennifer just stated, if you do have any questions regarding any of the information that was covered here today, please feel free to either enter those questions into the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and ask Jennifer directly. In the meantime, Jennifer, while we're waiting for some folks to send those questions in, I'll go ahead and ask you just a few questions that I have on my end, if that's okay.
Sure.
And before I go ahead and do so, we actually did get one in the chat. This individual asks, where can I apply?
Perfect. Yeah, definitely through our website. That's www.sc4housing.org. You will see a careers tab, a link actually all the way at the bottom of the page. We're working on putting it up, but right now it's all the way at the bottom. Once you click on that, you'll be able to see the openings. Click on those and it'll direct you to the application page where it'll, you'll have to put all your information, and you can also upload your resume as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Jennifer. And again, I'm not sure if Jennifer, you'd have an opportunity to maybe throw that into the chat.
Definitely.
Just so that individual has that direct link that they can copy and save for once they hop off the webinar. And yes, that individual just asked for that if possible. So we'll give Jennifer just a minute to go ahead and put that into the chat, and then we'll continue on with any other questions that folks might have. While Jennifer's entering that into the chat, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to ask. And of course, we'll be sure to get a answer for you. And Jennifer will go ahead and kind of follow the same process while we're waiting for any additional questions to come in from folks on the webinar. I'll go ahead and just ask you a few questions that I have on my end. So Jennifer, can you go ahead and kind of just elaborate on maybe what your hiring process looks like? I know you might have covered it in your presentation, but just give folks an idea maybe how long that process looks like from the point of submitting an application to actually being extended that formal offer for hire.
Definitely. Well, I am the only HR here, and I move very quickly. I will say, I'm proud to say that. We always, when we're looking for somebody, we're definitely looking for someone with that's very passionate about what they do, first of all, and or if they have not done this kind of work, that they're willing to learn and just be patient and learn to work as a team, because all of our programs are related, and we just cross-reference our clients to different programs. So communication is very important here. So that's one of the first things I look at, and we will conduct an interview. If everything checks out and everything's great, I usually give about 2 weeks per job that I'm interviewing for. After the 2 weeks, I will reach out if the candidate is still interested, and we will conduct a background check, which will take about another week. So it might be a 3-week process at this point, and then we'll schedule, just depends on the candidate, how soon they're able to start. We can start right after that 3rd week. So again, it just depends when that person applies. If they applied on the 2nd week, it might take 2 weeks, but I like to tell everybody it could be a 3-week process at this point.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, Jennifer.
Okay.
And it does. Go ahead, Noam. Sorry.
Daniel, sorry, I was just chatting with Veronica. Veronica would like to meet with Jennifer in a breakout room, would you be able to create a breakout room for both of them to meet?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me one moment here, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and assign Jennifer and then Veronica to that room, okay?
Great.
Noemi, I'm not sure if you want to stay here in the main session or if you want to go in, it's up to you.
No, I'll just wait here. I'll let him, because Veronica
Okay.
seems to have, a lot of questions. So I'll just wait here in the main room.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and leave that room open for the duration of our webinar here, which will be, looks like 13 minutes. I'll go
Okay.
ahead and set this for 60-second countdown timer. When I open up this room, you both should be sent there where you can obviously go ahead and speak with one another. Do you have any questions for me before we go ahead and do so?
Thank you, Danny.
Yep, of course. And you'll just have to be sure to join when you get that prompt. All right, so it looks like we do have folks back in from the breakout rooms. It does look like that individual went ahead and signed off, so I don't believe we have any further questions. So I want to go ahead and give Jennifer just an opportunity before we wrap things up to kind of give a concluding statement, summary remarks, anything that Jennifer, you would like folks that might be tuning into the recording at a later date to know about the presentation here today or a takeaway. So feel free. And Jennifer, you are muted, just an FYI.
Sorry about that. No, I just want to thank you, Daniel, and also Naomi for the opportunity to give us this chance to promote our openings. I know I didn't talk about in detail about our benefits. These are currently part-time opportunities that do not qualify for some of those benefits, but there will be opportunities in the future, of course, for full-time employment. And I will say our benefits package is very rich as well, as far as health insurance, 401k, 12 paid holidays, and sick and vacation time available. So I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you everybody for joining.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Much appreciated. Just a few
You're
things I want
welcome.
to note here before we go ahead and wrap things up. I have again recorded this session, and I will be uploading it to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel under the Virtual Job Fairs playlist within 48 hours. And last but not least, I'll also be sending over registration information that I received to both Jennifer and Noemi from the local workforce center there. So those folks will have your contact information and will follow back up. Thank you both. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a